The Consumer Electronics Show, an annual upcoming tech showcase event that is normally held in Las Vegas, but is occasionally broadcasted all over the internet. Even the companies themselves share what they shared at the show floor. And of course, there is some technology that has been revealed during Consumer Electronics Show, so let's talk about Consumer Electronics Show tech.
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Yes, I absolutely made a news video themed around Consumer Electronics Show 2024. However, I wanted to pretty much stick around for much longer when it comes to the topic of Consumer Electronics Show 2024 because I want to catch some tech that I missed out on. Like, I checked on official tech companies, official Twitters, and websites to see what they revealed during Consumer Electronics Show time, and yeah, things got really, really interesting, and I was able to get a hold of information regarding tech, and because of the information I have, I anticipate the technology, and I want to have my hands on it. It's technology that really makes me wish that I was at the show floor in Las Vegas. That's how anticipated, or how anticipating these tech products really are. It is very interesting. Now, some of them may have already been out as soon as we think. So, you know what? I'll get into the list of anticipated technologies. It is what it is. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, I will save that till the end of the video, but let's get right into it. So, enough with the shenanigans. I forgot what I was going to say just now, but you know what? Let's get right on going. The first piece of technology that I want to talk about is the RTX 40 Super Series. That's right, the RTX 40 Super Series is the buffed versions of the RTX 40 GPUs, and that's the thing. Now, the 40 Super Series consists of 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, and 4080 Super. Okay, so they're refreshed and improved versions of RTX 40 GPUs. And of course, you have increased L2 cache for VRAM, especially for 4070 Super, but this gets very interesting. 4070 Ti Supers are going to get a huge increase for VRAM, and it's going to go up to 16 gigabytes of VRAM. And it's going to be readily available by the end of January. They are releasing the Super Series one by one. The 4070, followed by the 70 Ti Super, followed by the 80 Super. So yes, the Super 40 GPUs. Now, the reason of anticipating them is, like, they're going to be improved value GPUs compared to the non-Super GPUs, and this might show a huge turning point for the RTX 40 series. Now, speaking of that, I am curious for the reception of the RTX 40 Super cards. I want to see how much of an improvement the reception will be for the Super cards. And another thing that I also did confirm in the news video is that it confirms a new loop in the GPU space. Whenever NVIDIA messes up a series, they'll come out with the super version of the series. And if I remember right, it was the RTX 20 series that NVIDIA messed up on and screwed up, and this was the RTX 20 series. The 20 series was where they make debut for ray tracing, and oh boy, shenanigans happened when it came to the 20 series. But there was the RTX Super, the RTX 20 Super series, and then there was the RTX 30 series, okay? But there was no RTX 30 Super Series. But now we see the 40 series, they haven't been doing so well. The 40 series has been roasted hardcore. And now we're seeing the RTX 40 Super. Now, that's the thing. Here is RTX 4070 Super, RTX 4070 Ti Super, and RTX 4080 Super. That's interesting, pretty insane. So, yeah, so let's say they do a good job with the 50 series. And then they screw up the RTX 60 series. That means we'll probably be looking forward to an RTX 60 Super series. Alright, as long as NVIDIA doesn't drop the ball, that's when we're going to be dried out of any super cards. Like, let's say. But if NVIDIA drops the ball with a 50 series or a 60 series, that's when we start seeing the Super series show up. So that's very interesting. So whenever NVIDIA screws up their series, they'll come out with like an apology version of it, in a nutshell. So that ends up happening. Now, another tech that I also want to go ahead and talk about is the Deepcool CH160 series PC cases. Now, this has been shown on Deepcool's show floor. They've dropped teasers for it. And at their official Twitter, by the way. And what they are is that they're mini ITX form factor. So this is Deepcool finally making cases for the mini ITX form factor. So this is interesting. Now there's two models. There's a digital and a non-digital. And the non-digital, I'll talk about that a little bit later. One is a Tower ITX and the other is a Lunchbox ITX case. And my reasons for anticipating that is I've been wanting to build on a Deepcool case, but shenanigans aside, my reasons for anticipation, it's ITX form factor case that comes with the handle on the top. Alright, I've been wanting to get my hands on a Lunchbox PC case that has a handle, but hey, Deepcool is coming out with their ITX case with a handle. So, hell yeah, I am gonna... It comes with a handle. It's the non-digital version. Also, no need to worry about a GPU riser cable, which I seem to notice when it came to other YouTubers, tech tubers. I remember Paul's Hardware, Linus Tech Tips. Alright, they managed to get their hands on it. And Deepcool themselves stated to those tech tubers who were lucky enough to go to Consumer Electronics Show that they're going to be more budget friendly, and that the under $100 one is going to be the Lunchbox one with the handle. So this might be very interesting, and it's going to get really interesting. So on to the next piece of technology, which is, of course, is a very interesting thing. It is the MSI Claw A1M handheld gaming PC. Now, details about this. It is a Intel Core Ultra powered handheld. It's integrated with Intel Arc, and it has a 53 watt-hour rechargeable battery. It's going to be Windows 11. It's going to have Thunderbolt 4 support. But my reasons for anticipation is that I'm very curious about the price of the MSI Claw A1M and how it's going to be compared to like other Ryzen-based handheld gaming PCs that we've been seeing, like, say, the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck. And this is Intel's first handheld gaming PC, and especially after they made debut with their Intel Arc graphics cards. So this is going to be very interesting. And yes, we are talking about Meteor Lake, the Meteor Lake CPUs with integrated Intel Arc. That's when things get really interesting. And the fact that they're going to be having their integrated GPU stuff being moved over to Intel Arc is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break and bring to you a video game recommendation. Let the Lounge recommend you a game. It's Quake 1. It's software's first dive into 3D graphics. You go ahead and traverse a landscape that blends sci-fi and dark fantasy, and you fight off whatever in the H.P. Lovecraft is going on. And the best place to get started is the Night Dive Remaster. If you already bought the game on PC, you definitely already have it. That's how I got my Night Dive Remaster. Anyway, you get Quake 1, the 2 expansions, 2 extra expansions, and the Quake 64 port. And not only that, for multiplayer, you can play with your buddies, especially across platforms. And not only that, you can play locally with your buddies, or you can play offline with AI bot opponents. It's multi-platform, and you'll find it on PlayStation, Xboxes, and PCs, and Nintendo Switch. This game's a big deal, so touch it. And now, on to the next piece of technology that I anticipate from Consumer Electronics Show 2024. It's the Lenovo ThinkBook Plus Gen 5 Hybrid Tablet. Okay, this is where Lenovo goes very ham since the Legion Go handheld PC, okay? The hybrid tablet is both a Windows and an Android PC/tablet. Now, you can attach the tablet to the keyboard/hybrid station dock thing to access Windows, and then you can detach and use it as an Android tablet. And this gets very interesting. The hybrid tablet is going to use an Intel Core Ultra 7 processor for Windows and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor for Android. And my reasons for anticipation is that you have 2 operating systems, Windows and Android. And not only that, they're going to be both powered with optimal processors for better Android gaming and entertainment and Windows-related content creation stuff. And not only that, it's going to come with Thunderbolt for support. So, yes, definitely means possibility of plugging in eGPU, if that is the case. Okay, that would be perfect. That would be wonderful. But yeah, it's very interesting. Now, on to the last piece of technology that I anticipate from Consumer Electronics Show 2024. It is the Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro, and this is where it gets interesting. Unfortunately, I would love to get my hands on it, but it would cost me $1,200. It is what it is. Now, the ROG Phone 8 Pro is going to be an Android smartphone that's going to be really optimal for gaming, but it doesn't stop at just that. Quality burp right there. So, you have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor from Qualcomm. And not only that, the Phone 8 Pro is going to come with a rear tri-camera system where the main camera is going to be a 50 megapixel with a 6-axis gimbal stabilizer built in. So that's going to be interesting. And from the specs I read on the official product page, it's going to be 60 frames per second, which in video capture, I'll get to that later. The display is going to be a 165 Hz display, and you have storage options from 512 gigabytes to 1 terabyte. And for RAM options, you have 16 to 24 gigabytes DDR5. That's interesting. And my reasons for anticipation is that it's a highly built well smartphone with a few additional customization options, and I'm looking at a powerful Snapdragon processor that is definitely great for Android gaming. And of course, great cameras with promising 60 frames per second video recording support. So that is that's a real big feature-rich phone that's not just for Android gaming, but could also benefit content creators if you make content for TikTok. That's pretty cool. And that is going to be it. Now, source links in the description, by the way. So that totally said source links in the description. So here you go. Main topic of the video off my chest. Now here's why I made this video. Number one, I wanted to entertain CES 2024's some more because, okay, this is a just-in-case situation. There's some additional technology that shows up on my radar because reasons. Now, another reason for making this video is just that I can pretty much make sure you guys don't have to wait too long until I come up with the next episode of Waifus of Gaming Traversaire. Now, I did make an episode of Waifus of Gaming Traversaire for YouTube Shorts and TikTok. That's already done and dealt with. Now, the other thing that I need to deal with is the big Traversaire episode that I have planned and the next episode of Waifus of Gaming. So with that totally said, that is all. I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.